The oak leaf and the fire. The wind whispered through the branches, carrying with it a faint, acrid scent. The oak tree, strong and ancient, swayed ever so slightly, its leaves fluttering in the breeze. Among those leaves, one small oak leaf trembled in fear. It had heard the stories. Stories of the fire that would come, a raging force that would tear through everything in its path. And now it was real. It was coming. The leaf, clinging to its branch, could feel the air growing warmer. The distant crackling was unmistakable. The fire was near. The leaf's heart raced. What if I'm burned? What if I'm consumed and never see the sky again, it thought. The fire was a monster, a destroyer of all it touched. It had seen the charred remains of other trees, the blackened earth where life once thrived. Would it be the same for it? The heat grew stronger. The leaf's edges curled, its veins tightening with fear. It had always lived in the shade of the mighty oak, feeling safe, sheltered. But now, with the fire coming, it felt more vulnerable than ever before. It clung to the tree, hoping it would be enough. But deep down, it knew that nothing could stop the fire once it came. And then the fire was there. The crackling grew louder, the heat unbearable. The leaf could see the orange glow creeping closer, flames licking the branches of the oak. It could feel the air around it shimmer with the intensity. Panic surged through it. Was this how it would end? A brief flash of light, then nothing? But then, as the fire approached, something unexpected happened. The mighty oak shook. It swayed and creaked under the weight of the fire, and the leaf, in a last desperate attempt, released its grip. It was flung into the air, carried away by the wind. The heat of the fire burned its edges, but the leaf kept moving, floating away from the tree, away from the flames. For a moment it was free, soaring through the air, and then it landed softly in the dirt. The fire raged on, but the leaf no longer feared it. It felt different now. The air smelled of smoke and ash, but it also carried a strange freshness. The fire, it seemed, had cleared the old, and in its wake there was room for something new. The leaf watched as small sprouts began to push through the ground around it, green and fresh. The fire had not destroyed everything. It had made way for new life. And as the leaf lay there, no longer a trembling thing, but a part of something larger, it understood. The fire had not been the end. It had been a beginning. The oak tree stood tall, its trunk scarred but alive. New leaves began to bud, tiny shoots of green reaching toward the sky. The leaf, now part of the earth, had become part of that new beginning. The leaf had feared the fire, but in the end, it realized that sometimes destruction is not the end. It's a necessary step in the cycle of life. The fire had cleared the old, allowing the new to rise, and with it, hope, growth, and rebirth. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.